the eminent economist, Dr. Gordon
McQuarrie. Dr. Gordon McQuarrie.
Thank you.
You'd better look that up, Glenn. It's in my notes.
McQuarrie. Katy, you're amazing.
Yes, isn't she? The average governess wouldn't take such an interest in matters that didn't concern the children.
Well, I think I will say good night. Don't work too late.
Good night, Katy.
Good night.
All right, Mr. Cooper. Now, what's gnawing at your vitals?
The invasion. The gradual, insidious invasion of every function of this household by Miss Goody Two-Shoes.
Miss Goody Two-Shoes?
Katy Holstrom. She's a lovely, charming, warm, intelligent, and witty woman. But sometimes perfection is very difficult to live with, Mr. Morley. I wish she would mind her own business.
Never. I'm faster than a speeding bullet. Bye, Katy. Bye, Dad. Bye.
Bye, Katy. Bye, Dad. Wait for me, Steve. I'm as fast as you are. Wait for me.
I'm glad to have a chance to talk with you before Mr. Cooper comes down. I think he was very angry last night.
He was a little upset, yes.
I think it was because of something I did, but I do not know what.
Well, Katy, Cooper... Well, look, for the past few weeks, I really have been pouring the work on, and he's just a little on edge, that's all.
If he has so much work to do, he needs help.
I'll agree with you on that. If my report on the Compton-Aberdeen Canal isn't typed up by tomorrow night, we are in a lot of trouble.
Then I will offer to help them.
No, I don't think I'd do that, Katy, if I were you.
But I have free time when the boys are in school. I could do filing or typing.
No. Believe me, Katy.
Good morning, Mr. Cooper.
Good morning, Mr. Cooper.
Good morning.
What should I tell Millie you would like for breakfast?
I will order my own breakfast, thank you. Millie?
I would be glad to.
I will order.
Yes, Mr. Cooper.
Good morning, Millie. I will have some orange juice, toast, and coffee, please.
Yes, sir.
Millie, would you bring the marmalade, please?
Yes, Miss Holstrom.
Just one moment, Millie. I did not order marmalade. I don't want marmalade this morning. I loathe marmalade.
Mr. Cooper, you're not the only person eating at this table. I would like some marmalade.
Beg your pardon.
It's all right.
Well, isn't this pleasant? Nothing like good table conversation to start the digestive juices flowing. Are yours flowing, Mr. Cooper?
Flowing? They are overflowing, Mr. Morley. I may well be getting an ulcer.
In that case, I think you should have some bland food. Maybe...
There is nothing wrong with my diet. For the past 6 weeks, I have been doing the work of 5 men. I need clerical help.
Just before you came in, I told Mr. Morley I would be glad to take over some of your work.
I don't want anybody to take over any of my work. I want a secretary.
Oh, all right, Mr. Cooper.
It's not as though we needed anybody permanently, Glenn. Things will slacken off once we get the bill through committee.
Mm-hmm. That'd be about another month, I'd estimate.
But I must have help with the typing, at least. Or, don't you want your report on the canal to come out on time?
I certainly do. Hire someone. After breakfast, have one of the agencies send over some girls to be interviewed.
Oh, thank you, Glenn. I appreciate your seeing it my way.
You're sure you don't want me to help?
Thank you, but I prefer a girl with experience.
Oh, and be sure a copy goes to each member of the committee as well.
Right.
Excuse me. Shall I bring in the first girl from the agency?
Please, Katy.
Will you come in, please?
Thank you.
Miss Kirkland, Congressman Morley,
How do you do? How do you do?
and his executive secretary, Mr. Cooper.
How do you do, Miss Kirkland? How do you do? Why don't you sit down?
Thank you.
I'll leave you two alone to talk. Maybe I can find a cup of coffee.
Yeah, maybe we can.
Now, Miss Kirkland, would you mind telling me a little about yourself?
Not at all, Mr. Cooper. I was a political science major at Columbia University, graduated cum laude. I've been studying law at night. I expect to take the bar examination within 3 months.
That's most impressive, but have you had any practical experience?
I was executive secretary for Congressman Fremont until he retired.
Oh, yes, he retired in 1960, didn't he?
No, Mr. Cooper. He retired in 1958. We had a wonderful relationship. I reorganized his entire office and took a great many of his routine tasks onto my own shoulders. He used to say he didn't know what was going on inside his own office. I took that as a great compliment.
Oh. Well, we need someone who can take dictation, so I'm
I take
afraid...
dictation at the rate of 160 words per minute.
Oh. Well, then there's typing. We
I
need...
type 110 words per minute.
Oh. This is only a temporary position. So
I'm looking for a temporary job. As I told you, I expect to take my bar examination within 3 months.
Oh. Well, you see, press releases are very often issued from this office, so accuracy in spelling is vital.
At 16, I won the championship of my state for spelling.
Oh.
Hello?
Hello. Is this Congressman Morley's house?
Yeah, it is.
Boy, am I excited. The agency sent me to see Mr. Cooper. My name is Vicky Carlisle. Boy, am I nervous.
Well, there's no need to be. Come in, please. Mr. Cooper is interviewing another girl just now, but he'll be with you in a minute.
Hey, are my seams straight?
Yeah. Well, you only have one stocking on.
I know it. I got a runner in the other one on the bus coming over here, so I took it off. Gee, you'd have thought the guy next to me had never seen a runner before.
Took it off on the bus.
Well, I couldn't walk down the street that way.
Come with me, please. Miss Carlisle, this is Congressman Morley.
How do you do, Miss Carlisle?
How do you do? Gee, I never met a real congressman before. It's a terrific pleasure. I once met a president of a plumbing company in Atlantic City. He didn't even come up to my elbow.
Your elbow?
He was from Peoria.
Oh. Well, won't you sit down?
Thank you.
Would you like some coffee while you wait?
Gee, that'd be swell. Hey, you and your wife sure got a pretty home here, Congressman Morley.
I'm a widower, Miss Carlisle.
Then,
I'm the governess, Miss Carlisle. I'm Katy Holstrom.
oh, well, you sure make a terrific-looking couple. You two go together?
No,
Here's your coffee.
Thanks. Well, you know, you're so blonde and he's so dark and everything. You just seem like natural.
Coming by, Goodbye.
Mr. Cooper is coming.
Oh, boy.
Mr. Cooper, this is another girl sent over by the agency, Miss Vicky Carlisle. Miss Carlisle, Mr. Cooper.
How do you do?
Boy, am I nervous.
Well, you needn't be. We're all quite harmless.
Oh, yeah, I'll bet.
If you'll wait in the hall, I'll be with you in a minute.
Yes, Mr. Cooper.
She seems like a nice girl.
How is Miss Kirkland? What did you think of her?
Well, she's qualified. I told her I'd let her know. I would like to hire the girl with the most experience. Well, I'll go have a little talk with Miss Carlisle.
I would say she was experienced.
Oh, good. She seems to have a nice quality about her.
You think Mr. Cooper's head is being turned by that shapely ankle?
So you just got out of secretarial school?
Yeah, just about an hour ago.
An hour ago?
Yeah, I go every day.
Oh. Well, how are you at taking dictation?
Oh, boy, compared to you, I'm probably slow as molasses.
Well, I've been at it a long time. How's your typing?
Oh, I love typing. But compared to you, I'm probably terrible.
Well, I've done a lot of typing in my time.
I'll bet you have. Gee, to be an executive secretary. I never met one before. I never even met a real congressman until today.
You are a nice girl. Now, I imagine you do filing.
Oh, all the time. A girl's personal appearance is very important.
No, I mean in a filing cabinet.
Oh, that kind. We don't study that till next semester. Boy, I could sure learn a lot if I worked around here.
Well, you see,
It's like my teacher says. There's nothing like practical experience. He once chased me around a desk, so I hit him in the eye with a cantaloupe.
a cantaloupe.
Was that wrong?
No, but I was
You
just
wouldn't
wondering.
chase me around a desk, would you?
Good heavens, no.
Well, you kind of got a twinkle in your eye when you said that.
Oh, no, I assure you, I'd never do anything like that.
You know something? You're cute.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Cooper. I assumed you were through.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. Mr. Morley, I have just decided to hire Miss Carla.
Really? Gosh, this is the biggest thrill of my whole life today.
Yes, well, I hope you enjoyed the work here.
I just know I will.
Now, we start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and please don't be late. There's a very important report that must be typed up. Come on.
I'll be on time. I'll even eat breakfast before I get here. Well, goodbye, Mr. Cooper.
Goodbye, Miss Carla.
Pleased to meet you, Congressman Morley.
My pleasure, Miss Carlisle.
I got the job.
Congratulations, Vicky.
You two make a cute couple.
It would never work out. I'm old enough to be his mother. This is for you, Mr. Cooper.
Well, you sure look well preserved. Goodbye.
Just one thing, Miss Carlisle. Where did you get the cantaloupe?
The cantaloupe? Oh, at the supermarket.
What was all that about?
Don't ask. You wouldn't believe it.
And I'd like to get the record on the billings report over to Kingsley.
Yes, I'll take care of it myself.
I think we can put off this budget for now.
I should think so. The meeting isn't until next week.
She isn't going to finish that report today. Not in a week.
Glenn, give her a chance. Maybe she's not used to the machine. How are you doing, Miss Carlisle?
Just fine, Mr. Cooper.
That report must be finished today.
Miss Carlisle. Perhaps I didn't mention the absolute urgency of this report. Mr. Morley has been working on it for weeks, and it must be finished today so that it can be mimeographed tomorrow morning.
Oh, boy, I'll go just as fast as I can.
That's the way, Miss Carlisle.
I was just Xing something out.
There went 2 hours' work.
Mr. Morley, I chose this girl, and she is going to work out.
All right, Mr. Cooper. The hearing on the appropriations bill is in half an hour. I guess I'd better get a move on.
When you get back, I shall meet you at the front door with a finished report.
Meet me at the front door. You're going with me, Mr. Cooper.
Oh, Glenn, not today. Miss Carlisle is brand new.
Mr. Cooper, I do not intend to be the only congressman at the hearing without the head of his staff with him. Now, let's go.
Miss Carlisle, I am afraid I am going to have to leave you here alone.
Boy, will I be in charge?
Oh, boy, will you be in charge.
How is she doing?
Doing? She's using the hunt and peck system to find her fingers.
No.
Well, it isn't funny. If that report on the comp in Aberdeen Canal isn't finished today, 2 weeks of my work will have gone right down the drain. Well, what's keeping Cooper? See if you can hurry him up, will you, Katy? Tell him I'm getting the car out.
Yeah.
And don't even answer the phones. Just keep typing.
I won't even stop for a coffee break.
Good girl.
I won't even go out to lunch.
Well, you have to eat.
I'll eat here. I brought a cantaloupe in my purse.
Mr. Cooper, Mr. Morley's getting the car.
Yes, Katy, I'm coming. I'll get away early if I can. Now, you forge ahead at full speed.
I type like I never typed before.
Good, good. I'm counting on it. Bye.
Ouch! That hurt.
Well? Well, the report. Is it finished?
Yeah, it is finished.
Oh, bless that girl. I needn't have gotten away early after all. Can I pick a secretary, Katy?
Yeah, you can pick one.
And Katy, there is going to be some crow eating around here tonight.
Miss Carlyle is waiting for you in the living room.
Oh, she is a nice girl. She's conscientious, but she needn't have waited. It's past 5:30. Miss Carlyle, you have vindicated my faith in you. Bless you.
There's the typing, Mr. Cooper.
Beautiful work. Beautiful work.
I know it. I just wanted to say
Oh,
that...
I wish Glenn had come home. What did I say we'd pay you? $75 a week? I'm raising you to $85.
No, Mr. Cooper,
Please
because
don't argue. You're worth every penny of it.
Hello, hello.
I'll be right back, Miss Carlyle. The congressman's come home.
But, Mr. Cooper, if you just wait a
Good
minute...
evening, Congressman.
Good evening, Mr. Cooper. Well, you're practically radiating sunshine.
Indeed I am. If I do not control myself, I will fade all your drapes and carpets. Here is all of the type.
The full report?
Everything.
Looks like a good job.
I have been doing this sort of work for some time, Glenn, and I flatter myself that I'm a fairly good judge of clerical health.
Mr. Cooper, you have my congratulations and my apologies.
Well, forget it, Glenn. I don't mind admitting that I was a little worried myself.
I never would have guessed.
Golly, I feel like $1 million.
Mr. Cooper, I think you should listen to what Miss Carlyle has to say.
Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry, Miss Carlyle. What is it?
Well, no reflection on you, Mr. Cooper. I mean, you didn't chase me around or anything, but I quit.
Quit? But you can't quit. We need you.
I gotta. I never knew a person had to type that fast.
Now you're just a little tired.
I'm not tired. She did the typing.
You, Katy?
Yeah, I hope you're not angry.
I never seen anybody type so fast in my life. Gee, it was kind of spooky. The keys kept clicking and the bells kept ringing, and pretty soon I just couldn't stand it anymore, so I watched television. You get very good reception.
Oh, yes, we do.
Well, thanks for the job, Mr. Cooper. It's been a real education.
Good.
I may even change careers. Maybe I'll become an actress and get a job on a soap opera. Well, bye.
Bye, Miss Carlyle.
Bye, Vicky. We'll be watching for you on TV.
Bye, Katy. Thank you.
Miss Holstrom,
Yeah, Mr. Cooper?
would you mind telling me what prompted you to save a crabby old executive secretary's neck?
No, I would not mind. I think it was the same thing that made the executive secretary crabby in the first place.
Well, what are you talking about?
Did you not get angry when I tried to help you before? You did not like being corrected. It hurt your pride. But you must forgive me. Women are like that with their families.
But I'm not a member of your family.
Are you not? We all live here in the Morley house. Mr. Morley, Mrs. Morley, Stephen, Danny, Cook, you and I. Are we not all Morleys at heart? Do we not all love one another?
Oh, Katy, I feel like such a heel.
No.
Yes, I do. But from now on, you can correct me any time you feel like it, any time. And I mean that.
Well, all right, Mr. Cooper.
Well, of course, though, only when I'm wrong.
It was with considerable concern that I read your statement of the last, when was it?
Tuesday.
Wednesday, I think, Mr. Morley.
Tuesday.
Well, I've got the paper right here. Let's see. Wednesday, Mr. Cooper.
Thank you, Katy.
Of last Wednesday with regard to the Compton-Aberdeen Canal. The source you quote as saying that this waterway can accommodate vessels of up to 12 feet draft is in error. The maximum draft is currently,
11 feet 4 inches.
Excuse me, Mr. Cooper. 1 lump or 2?
I'm sorry, Katy. 2 lumps, please. For a moment there, I forgot. We are a family.
Yeah. I did not think that was your family look. Here's yours, Mr. Morley.
oh, thank you, Katy.
It's 11 feet 6 inches, Mr. Morley.
Katy, the farmer's daughter.
Tonight at 8 Eastern, a scientist wants to borrow Flipper for an experiment on the Flipper Hour. Then at 9, a provocative look at the real reasons for the breakup of the British Empire on the 700 Club. Now stay with us for the Patty Duke Show, next on CBN.
So disarming, frowns turn upside down. We owe a debt to Sweden. She's just what we've been needing. So glad the farmer's daughter